What's up, guys? Good morning. I am just now waking up. I'm here to make a video. Try vlogging. It's not my thing. I'm not good at it, but I am gonna tell you guys 3 movies, 3 shows, 3 activities, and something you can do to stay safe at these times and also stay entertained. A lot of you guys know, as of this day, a lot of stores are reopening. Ever since, we've been on quarantine for 2 months, a lot of us have not been working. A lot of us have been working. Some of us, even though things are reopening, we're still out of the job, or some of y'all are staying home to stay safe. And also, some of y'all, even though work opened back up because of a hard hit of low in traffic, this could mean that you're still staying home longer. But for those that are trying to actually stay safe and try to stay entertained at home because it's extremely boring, here are a couple of things you can do. 3 movies that, if you guys haven't watched them, you can watch right now on Netflix. 1, Extraction. Great movie, just recently came out, 2020. It was shot in red. It was super action-packed. It was starring Chris Hemsworth and in India, and it's, again, just a lot of action, just a lot of fighting. It's actually, I would say, fight porn, because if you love fighting, this is your movie. I do say that you can watch this with a family. You can watch this in a group, because it's awesome. You guys get hyped up. You guys get sad together, you get happy together. It's an amazing movie. If any of you were hesitating on watching that movie, let me tell you right now, it's good, it's awesome. There's really no regret. Second movie is not something I can really 100% say the same about, but it is movie The Platform. Psychological movie. It does take a mature mind to actually watch it and understand it. It also takes a mature mind to actually look at it, because there's a bit more gruesome things that happen in that movie. It's an incredibly creative movie, very low budget, but took into an extreme where it has that great production feel and small world building. It has to it. I do recommend people that are sound of mind to watch it. Know what you're getting into watching it through. If halfway through you feel like you can't do it, no one's pressuring you. Just stop the movie and watch something else or do something else. But this movie did show what talent that Spain has, so much so that YouTubers making videos explaining the movie. It is just awesome. And number 3, third movie I recommend to watch is actually something that came from Korea, and that is Train to Busan. It is actually my favorite Asian film. It is of Asian zombies. It's a Korean film. It's one of my favorite Asian film, or foreign film altogether, for that fact. It is great cinematography, great image, great sharp qualities, and great special effects. And what kind of landed home for me was when I was about to watch it and I saw a trailer that won me over. It was just super sharp and clear. Even if you're watching 1080, you don't have to watch this in 4K. You have to watch none of this in 4K. You get all the benefits, all the great image and experience in HD. As long as you're watching HD, you're fine. And this movie had just the greatest colors. Along with that, I saw a tagline saying it had a lot of awards back in Korea. So that tells you that it's a good movie. I will not tell you more. Just watch it. It's a great movie to pass the time. You realize that other places around the world has incredible talent. Even if they don't speak the same language as us, we should watch it. That also remind me, bonus movie, if you have Hulu, you can watch the Parasite. That movie won 4 Oscars. Not nominated for Oscars, won 4 Oscars. It was shot with the most expensive digital camera in cinema. And also, they had to do with a very low budget compared to other movies. Like, we're talking about, like, if you compare it to Avengers Endgame, Avenger Endgame had 40 times the budget this movie had. And this movie is winning Oscars. And also, you know what? Now I'm on the topic of Oscars. If we're talking about low budget movies that keep winning Oscars and Best Picture, we're talking about Parasite with $11 million for budget estimated. And guys, remember, that's not that much when it comes to buying location, getting insurance, paying for actors, paying for editors and special effects, and also getting the most expensive camera in digital cinema to film it, and every accessory that comes with it. That really runs out really quick. That's less than the budget than they shot for the movie Get Out. And Get Out, great movie as it is, doesn't really compare to this movie, and that's because the strategy they took on when it comes to that low budget. And another great movie that you guys, if you guys can find access to, I have no idea where, you can rent it or whatever, is Moonlight. It won Best Picture for 2016, and that had even less of a budget of just $4 million. And this time they actually had actors that we actually know, so a lot of the money could have went to them. It takes quite a bit of creativity to work a lot with low budget. But either way, now on to 3 shows that you should be watching if you haven't watched yet in time of quarantine. Something that's gonna take up your time, entertain you, and really show you the creative push that filmmakers are making. And the first one is, I have to say, is Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon, especially season 1, dynamic show about the future, super futuristic. It won, I believe, it Oscar nominated for Best Special Effects, and it just came out of nowhere of such great quality. And overall, that in season 2, again, shot with Best Digital Cinema Camera, same as Parasite, is just an incredible show. The seasons are so difficult to make, they actually go around like close to 2 or 3 years apart from season 1, season 2. And they started working on season 2, I believe, around midway, or right at the end of season 1. So it just took that long to actually make the 12, I believe 10 episodes. Not long, does not take that much time. It's incredible, 2 seasons. Something very binge worthy. Show number 2 is Money Heist. If you have not watched Money Heist, there's actually a small documentary about it in Netflix, where you see that it did not do well at all. Spain, and if it was not because of Netflix, they would not even get a season 2, because once everyone around the world, people in Argentina, France, and the US started watching it, they love it. Everyone exploded and actually really like, man, this show is amazing. And because of that led to season 2. And that's the great thing about making digital cinema or movies or shows, is that you can share it and you don't know who will love it. So Money Heist is a great show. If you speak English, you will fall in love with the voice dub. A lot of y'all don't like dubs, but Netflix is very particular on try to get the best dubs they can. But yes, and the third show that I recommend is really out of left field. This one's actually not gonna take as much time. It's super short, but it's super surprising and super creative. I warn you, same thing as the second movie. It's very gory in the sense that it's one thing if you just see people die and just disappear. And it's another thing when you see them, really show the details of this person's, not living no more. But it's actually a cartoon and animated show. Each episode is different, and that is Love, Death, and Robots. If you have not seen that, if you guys are, if you're the person that's, that don't fall in the category of like, oh, I don't really like to watch people, I like to watch cartoons and animation, which is cool. I like that stuff too. Love, Death, and Robots is like the bridge of like, super mature audience and cartoons. It's very dark in some sense, super violent. Watch it. Three activities that you guys can do in this time if you guys are staying home. First one is learn something new. Right now I took on calculus. I believe everyone should start to learn calculus because it's one of the harder types of math that actually helps explain how to make your math equation, what it's solving, and also the hardest stuff to solve. These are the stuff. Calculus is bridging on the territory of knowing the mathematics that engineers know, software, mechanical, and furthermore. Math was easy for me up until calculus. Right now I'm teaching myself that. It's just hard to grasp. One thing I will do say is it is kind of difficult to find online sources to teach you. Now there's some YouTube videos, but I'm just trying to see if I can read anything that I can constantly look back and forth on to kind of walk me through one step at a time. If not, I'm gonna jump to YouTube. But I do recommend you guys learn something. You guys can learn a little bit about history. That sounds really boring, but for some of y'all, that's not. Y'all can learn about private investigation. I have a friend that's really into crime. Reading up on it, not committing crime. But second activity you can do is actually do something new. A lot of people have started taking up jogging. At the beginning of the quarantine, it was actually almost a meme that people, when they were told to stay inside, were going out more than ever. To the beaches, going to the park, running, they were jogging, they were hanging out together, they were bicycling, they were skating, they were doing more activities outside than ever. And so that's actually something you still can do. Technically, when they re-looked at everything, they said that, well, if they're outside, there's free moving air, and you stay 6 feet apart, well, you don't want it. And some countries where even if, no matter what you do, as you step foot outside, you have to wear your mask. Over here in our area, there's a lot of places where you cannot step foot in a building without your mask. I believe if you guys just go, hiking, walking on the trail, get some fresh air, get some sunlight that you haven't getting. And the last thing would be play video games. Playing video games is a great time killer, especially when you play games you haven't bought before. Get the experience of what it's like to test out games if you like it or not. Right now the game I'm playing is For Honor. It's difficult, it's awesome, it's very strategic, and it's probably one of the most true fighting games I've ever played. A YouTuber that I watch, and he's not even into video games, he's into swords and sword fighting and being historically accurate on making swords and fighting with them. And he said that game is true to how they actually fight. That taught me new, and that there's that authenticity of that game. You guys, and there's a couple games that came out like Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Doom Eternal. You guys can play a lot of games that are fun. Just don't do it too much. Have your breaks from it. Watch a show, because there's some games that are super entertaining and you can beat through them quickly. That's fine, but there's also some games that will burn you out very quickly if you just stay too long on there. 3 movies, 3 shows, 3 activities. Last thing I gotta say, guys, is just be safe out there. Treat everyone like they still do have the virus. Remember that washing your hands beats hand sanitizer, so you don't have to be on the frenzy to find them. Avoid touching your face, mouth, and eyes. Always wash your hands, and remember that even though that the quarantines are being lifted, staying home is still the better method than jumping right into always going out. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Peace.